Hi, June. Hi, I'm Priscilla, and thank you very much for stopping to have a chat with me. As I'm explained to you, I'm here trying to do a bit of survey, and behold, I ran to a professional. This lady is going to help us with a bit of information because, as you all guys know, I do advocate for children with special needs and a bit of information for all of us. We all learn through listening and somebody sharing knowledge, a bit of knowledge. So, I'm going to have June here tell us a little bit more on what she could advise all of us as a community on how to be more inclusive.
Oh my, that's a big ask. I'm a community learning disability nurse. I work in Edinburgh. I
Yeah,
work obviously with people learning disabilities, but
yeah,
a lot of our guys are neurodiverse as well.
yeah,
We have worked with a lot of children who are autistic,
yeah,
adults who are autistic,
yeah,
older adults who are autistic. And it is, as you were saying earlier, Priscilla, it's very difficult to find services. Mums
yeah,
and dads have
yeah,
to fight.
yeah.
Like yourself, they quite often have to give up the work to concentrate on their child.
Very true.
It's very, very intense for parents, and it's very intense, very difficult sometimes to reach the services that are needed.
Yeah.
I do think there's a lot more understanding than when I was a child, which was many years ago, but we still have a very long way to go. We see a lot of children inappropriately placed in schools. They need one-to-one support and they're not getting it. Sometimes a child will present as more able than they are, but actually cognitively they're really not.
Yeah.
Um, where a child in nursery can assimilate and be part of nursery up to an extent, as they grow older, the gap widens and it's more difficult. They find it more difficult to cope with school.
Yeah.
Don't understand social interaction a lot, which is
Yeah.
a major
Yeah.
thing. Don't pick up the cues, become overwhelmed, have so called meltdowns, which is just they're sensorily absolutely overloaded. So, our normal environment for
Yeah.
someone who's neurodiverse is very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, June. That makes a lot of sense. And there's one thing that I know for sure that parents don't get is the early intervention. I think early intervention is key. Could you just tell us a little bit more about early intervention, please?
So, early intervention is instead of trying to mold your child into what is normal for people who are not neurodiverse, work with them and their understanding and build up slowly. Visuals are fantastic. A lot of our guys, very, very visual, work with visual symbols, with being out in the environment, like you were saying earlier, and they can build up their understanding of the world. One of my favourite sayings for working with people with autism is structure, predictability, routine, using visuals to back it up, and being consistent. So mum and dad being consistent, using them in the same way all the time. But that means the wider community also has to do that, and
Yeah.
that can be very difficult because people don't understand.
Yeah.
A child isn't being naughty if they're overwhelmed
Mhm.
and start to cry or scream. They're just absolutely not able to cope with life and what's
Yeah.
happening.
I really, really like that. That's when um, it's important to hear from professional because you have, of course, met so many people through your work. And of course, as we say, no one child is the same as the
No.
other. So when you get someone like you can round it up and as a within layman's terms, where we can understand more, especially the community out there who
Yeah.
don't understand and they can judge a child
Oh
poorly
yeah.
because a lot of
Yeah.
this is associated with bad behavior,
Yeah,
isn't
bad
it?
behaviour. He's
Yeah,
just naughty. He needs told off. Mum and dad are too lax with him at home.
yeah.
He's spoiled. We hear that all the time. He's not. He's a poor, frightened, confused child for whom the world as we see it is too busy, it's too much, and not meeting his needs. So we have to, as a community, work to make life easier and to understand.
Yeah. Thank you so much, June, even taking your time out here to talk to us and give us this knowledge. You have no idea how many people you're helping.
Oh,
I
I hope
really
so.
appreciate, and as you continue to support these children, all we can say is thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
We are so lucky to have June here, and I hope you've learned something. And let's continue this fight and have a more inclusive world. Thank you very much. Take care.